Everyday Superpower, the place where we talk about body language, game, relationships, attraction, repulsion, everything in between. I got one question for the topic of today. Why you as a man, why can you not take accountability of your actions and where you are? Why can't you take ownership? And as I've written down in my notes, quite simply, why can't you take ownership? You're a man and it's a masculine trait. Some may want to keep their hands clean, so I don't necessarily mean you need to put it out there into the world every time you have done something distasteful or wrong or detrimental to your character, but how can you not speak to yourself and understand that it is you who is the problem? It is you who has gotten yourself into whichever space, within reason, due to your lack of foresight, due to your lack of maneuver and logical, intelligent thinking. Why have you put yourself in position to lose or to not be where you want to be? Why are you blaming others? Do you know when they say women can't have accountability, women never own up for their wrongs? If that's the case, surely it's a feminine trait for you as a man to not be able to own up. When one succeeds in any field, through any understanding, it's via a trail of failures. And if you don't acknowledge them as your own failures, how can you succeed ever? You don't know the path you've walked. You can't learn from something you can't accept. There is nothing more pathetic than a narcissistic man who attempts to turn the perception of the people around him to that he is perfect when he has clearly done wrong. He has clearly made mistake and error, but he denies it to no end even though the world sees it. He attempts to gaslight and minimize the intelligence of the people around him, indirectly insulting those whom see what they see. That's a weak man, that's a frail man, that's a man who has no sense of self and no sense of reality, and applies so much meaning onto how they are perceived and try to project the perfect person onto this world when nobody is perfect, and the perfect person that attracts friendships and relationships and women are vulnerable, strong men who do fail, who do make bad decisions, who simply brush it off and get back on their way. How can you as a man lie to save face and expect a woman to respect you? How can I look at you as a man who lies in the most ridiculous of times purely to cover what is quite frankly irrelevant in the grand scheme of things? How can I look at you as a good father? I think, what are you telling your child? How can a child look up to you and think that this is... Well, of course the child's going to look up and think it's right because you're Superman to that child. So me as another grown man, I can't respect you. When you can't take ownership, you can't lead. Because the leader leads, and the leader leads from the front. And when the leader leads from the front, the leader falls first. But when the leader leads confidently and goes through the trials, goes through the challenges, accepts the hardship, accepts the problems, accepts the failures and the hurts and the setbacks and the harm, that is when he can teach. That is when he can inspire and motivate. But when one is faultless and feels that they have to be faultless, as a logical man, I can see through the facade and know that you are bullshitting. A pimp will try to seem faultless to the hoes, and that applies not only in the sex trade, but that applies in the corporate world, in the entrepreneurial world, in the business world, and so on and so forth. But I know the reality, and you can't run game on me. I know who you are because I can see into your eyes and perceive the person you are. When your uncontrolled characteristics and behaviours and non-verbal expressions seep through your pore. Each and every pore, for that matter. As a man, you have to take accountability. Once again, I clarify that you don't have to walk around with dirty hands. You don't have to consistently express that which you don't need, but you can't escape the truth. And those whom take accountability understand and realize it's an incredible defense against those who want to harm you. Eminem might be a bit off key, but it came to mind. The rapper Eminem can't be harmed, can't be disrespected, because through his artwork, he was first and foremost in taking accountability of his actions, his background, and who he was. And you see this manifest through politics and comedians who accept life as it is and accept ownership of that which has come before, and learn how to express it in a manner as to which it could never be used against them. That's game. Click like and subscribe. I upload every day. That is game. I got 2 links down in the description. One of them will take you through to the catalogue of body language. It's my YouTube playlist where you'll learn how to read people through their subconscious behaviours. Second to that is the Patreon, where I will show you how to observe people and read their minds through their own subconscious behaviours. I'm signing out.